नमस्कार.
Very good. Okay. Continue.
My name is Geeta Tonwar. I enjoy reading English and Hindi literature. Today, I would like to talk to the students who are appearing for the Standard 12 English examination. As you know, in the textbook, there are two sections, prose and poetry. And I'm going to be concentrating on English poetry only. Like me, do you enjoy a walk in the park? I'm sure you do. It is very refreshing once you're tired. अगर आप थके हुए हों और आप थोड़ी देर बाहर घूमने निकल जाए तो आप बहुत आपकी थकावट दूर हो जाती है ना. आज हम लोग अपनी पहली कविता we'll look at the first poem in the textbook. The title is The Daffodils and it's written by a poet whose name is William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, who lived in northwest England, which has very many beautiful lakes and natural phenomena which he enjoys. He has written many books on nature's beauty and power, that is प्रकृति की सुंदरता और शक्ति पे उन्होंने बहुत सी कविताएं लिखी है और The Daffodils is one of those. Now there are 4 stanzas of 6 lines each in the poem. I shall read the first stanza, explain it, and go to the next one. Once we are finished with the whole poem, we shall talk about the central idea, subject matter, rhythm, figures of speech, etc. पहले देखिए, आइए हम डैफोडिल्स से अपना परिचय कर लें. डैफोडिल्स कैसे फूल होते हैं? देखिए, मैं आपको कुछ 1-2 पिक्चर्स दिखाती हूँ. Now we shall read the first stanza of the poem. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Listen to it one more time. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The poet was wandering, roaming, यानी घूम रहा था, lonely, अकेला, alone. He was just like a cloud that roams, floats high over vales, those are valleys, घाटियाँ, and hills, पहाड़ियाँ. The common thing between the poet and the cloud is loneliness. जो बादल था वो भी अकेला था और यहाँ कवि वो भी अकेला था. Suddenly he saw a crowd, भीड़ यानी बहुत सारे, host गुच्छे, कई सारे गुच्छे of golden daffodils, सुनहरे daffodils का उसने एक गुच्छा देखा पहले और फिर जब भीड़ हो गई यानी बहुत सारे देखे. Where were the pretty flowers? They were close to the lake, beneath. Beneath is under the trees, as they appeared as if they were dancing in the breeze. ऐसा लग रहा था, they were fluttering, that is shaking, फड़फड़ाते हुए, और breeze यानी wind हवा में. हम दूसरा स्टैंजा पढ़ते हैं. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Let's listen to it one more time. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Let's look at what the second stanza means. The poet compares the daffodils to the stars. Just like the stars twinkle, shine, chamakte on the Milky Way. Did you know our galaxy is called the Milky Way? The daffodils formed continuous, unending, yani aviral line along the margin of a bay. आप लोग, when you write, you draw a margin to your page and it looks as if very straight, doesn't it? आप अपने पेपर पे सीधी लाइन खींचकर मार्जिन बनाते हैं. मार्जिन का मतलब यहाँ वही है. उसी तरह डैफोडिल्स बे पर सीधी लाइन में खिले हुए थे. बे, you know, बे ऑफ बंगाल, बंगाल की खाड़ी. Any water body that is surrounded on three sides by land is known as a bay. So the same thing the poet refers to. How many daffodils did the poet see? When he says 10,000 at a glance, glance is jhalak. He means many, unginat, countless, who appeared to be tossing as if shaking their heads while dancing. आप सब ने कोई ना कोई डांस परफॉर्मेंस ज़रूर देखा होगा जिसमें कि आपको सिर हिलाते हुए डांसर्स दिखाई देते हैं. जो कवि है, इन डैफोडिल्स का जो हिलना है हवा के कारण, उससे उसकी तुलना कर रहा है. Is comparing them to that. Now let's read the third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Let's listen to it one more time. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. As the wind was blowing, it appeared that the waves, that is remember in the poem he says along the lake, so he's talking about the waves in the lake. So he says the waves beside the daffodils, they also were dancing in the lake, but the poet feels that the flowers, while expressing their glee, is joy, khushi, happiness, outdid, went beyond the sparkling, shining waves. यानी अगर आप दोनों की तुलना करें, यानी लहरें और डैफोडिल्स, तो डैफोडिल्स जो हैं वो काफ़ी आगे थे. Outdid them, that means they went far beyond the joy of the shining waves. The poet felt very gay. Gay is happy, khush, in the jocund company. Jocund company refers to cheerful company of the waves. So the waves and the daffodils are there with each other. He gazed, saw, but did not think about how rich this beautiful natural scene had made him. यानी इस दृश्य को देखकर उसको कवि को ऐसा लगा कि बहुत ज़्यादा वो खुश है. अब चौथा लास्ट स्टैंजा. For off when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. For off when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart fills with pleasure, fills and dances with the daffodils. The poet has a change of scene here. He is lying on the couch and his mood is pensive. Pensive is sad, udas. His mind is vacant. Vacant is khali, empty. All of a sudden, he thinks about, he remembers the dancing daffodils. This brings bliss, joy, anand in his state of solitude. Solitude is ekakipan, loneliness. His heart is filled with happiness and he dances, rejoices in the company of the daffodils. So we come to the end of the poem. Now let us look at this whole poem together. The first 3 paragraphs talk about what joy the daffodils brings to him. The 4th stanza is a change of scene for the poet, where he is in his room, he is alone, he is lonely, and then suddenly he thinks about and the joy that he had when he was out in nature in the company of daffodils, and his mood totally changes. That is what the poet wishes to convey. Now in this poem, the poet talks about nature, himself, and his relationship with nature. Nature is referred to in words like, let's look at the poem and look at the words. The daffodils, cloud, vales, hills, lake, trees, breeze, stars, Milky Way, bay, and waves. These are the words that refer to nature. He refers to himself in expressions like, I wandered, I saw, I gazed, I lie, and my heart. These are the words where the poet refers to himself. He feels happy, very happy, in the cheerful company of the daffodils, and his heart dances with them. So the relationship between the poet and the dancing daffodils lifts his mood up and he becomes very happy. Now let's look at the rhyming scheme. Let's look at the ending words of the 2 lines that come consecutive, or sometimes at the 2nd and the 4th line, and so on. Look at the words cloud and crowd. They rhyme. Hills, daffodils. Trees, breeze. Shine, line. Way, bay. Glance, dance. They, gay. Glee, company. Thought, brought. Lie, I. Mood, solitude. Fills, daffodils. So we come to the end of the lesson. Did you have fun learning about the daffodils? I sure did. Maybe we'll see you next time. Namaste.